So you want a cup of coffee. Where do you go? Well, you may have noticed there is now a crazy mocha coffee shop right in the heart of the Hill District. And who knew? JT Thomas is the owner. Welcome.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for having me here, definitely.
So, I mean, once you left the Steelers, you've had several businesses, usually
Burger
food.
King, Applebee's, Red Hot and Blue. I've been in the food business. So basically what I've been doing is selling drinks and food for people to eat.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
nothing has changed.
So what made you go to the Hill District? I mean, I was so excited when I heard it was going to be there.
Well, I was approached by the Hill CDC years ago about doing a coffee shop. And that kind of fell through the discussions. Then right after that, they called me back again. And I said, I'm not going to do a coffee shop. I said, why don't you call Ken Zeff from Crazy Mocha? That's a good friend of mine. And they said, we tried to talk with Ken and nothing happened. And I couldn't understand that. Ken's a great guy. I called Ken. I said, Ken, what's the problem? He said, I just couldn't cut a deal with him. And then he said, why don't you call him? You talk with him. I said, for what? I'm not going to design a coffee shop. He said, no, I mean do a Crazy Mocha. He said, I've been thinking about franchise and leasing, and you've been in that area, you know, most of your career. I said, yes, I have. He said, why don't you do a Crazy Mocha there? I said, an idea. And that's how I got started, definitely.
So you're coming to the Hill District now at a time that, in many ways, the Hill District is in transition.
Yeah, you're a pioneer, and the pioneers get shot at, no doubt about it. I knew that going in, and when you go into any area like the Hill where there hasn't been any development, economic development for 40 plus years, it's a challenge. And I knew that going in, and I knew it wasn't like a normal business opportunity, because when you go in there, there's a component of teaching that you have to add that typically you don't. You just go in and conduct business and processes in the normal fashion. Not in that environment. You have to teach the community that this is an asset for you. You have to teach them almost how to patronize that asset, and then sometimes how to behave.
Sometimes.
Yeah, right. So it is a challenge, and going in, and obviously you have to market yourself totally different. And also you're going into an area where people are not accustomed to this type of business.
I was going to say, I mean, I'm a native of the Hill, but I can't think of a time that I was able to go somewhere and get a cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Can't think of it.
And that wasn't a part of the culture. I mean, there was a lot of things, but at one time, for African Americans, going in a restaurant wasn't part of the culture too.
That's
you
true.
know. So I think it's a progression. It's change. I think the internet and the way we communicate today, and I just think people are becoming. They're coming outside of their boundaries. Pittsburgh is very parochial, and Pittsburgh is a lot of times. I'm not from originally. They're not willing to try a lot of things, so you have to pull them and and push them to try things, because if Mama didn't make it, they're not going to eat it or drink it. So that's part of the challenge too. But I just think that because the way the world is evolving, the Hill does deserve a coffee shop. And I think you see the change in the demographics in the Hill is happening, like in most cities, and also in most areas in the Pittsburgh market. It's not what it was 20, 25 years ago, or whenever we met 100 years ago.
So what would you say the high point has been? When did you open?
April 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you say the high point has been for you since April?
I think the high point is seeing people excited about, well, I don't like coffee. I never had coffee. Oh, this is fantastic. That's the high point. I think one of my joys that I always have been is for people to enjoy food. Food is it's kind of entertaining. It's kind of like football. I'm used to entertaining people. So just
Interesting analogy. Okay.
Yeah, it's entertainment. People want to be entertained, so it's a forum to entertain. But I think it's a meeting place. In the Hill, we're marketing a little different because we're using our facility, for instance, the spoken word. People have celebrations for baptism there on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're using the space a little differently, and I guess as a community space.
As a gathering space.
Gathering space, yeah. So not just for coffee, you can come in and have meetings. Ministers from Macedonia come in and have that fellowship.
Okay.
There,
all right.
Yeah.
Now, it's kind of interesting because once I realized you were there, it dawned on me I had been going another route to get to work.
Sure.
But I was like, but wait, I can go right down Center Avenue and run in there and get my coffee.
Oh, good.
And those are the kinds of things that I'm guessing you want to see the community give back.
Yeah, most definitely. Pittsburgh Hill District is a lot of daytime traffic there. You have quite a few nonprofits. You have 13 plus churches there, so a lot of daytime activity. So the idea is to capitalize on that market and people coming through. And you think about it, if I'm doing business in the Hill or meeting someone, where do I go?
Right.
So we become a focal point for people to land before a meeting or after a meeting.
Or after, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now you're open 6 days a week.
6 days a week from 6 to 6, and on the weekend, Saturday from 8 to 3, and we're closed on Sunday.
And then give folks an idea, I mean, because you do have more than coffee there.
Oh, sure. We have a lot of coffee alternatives, non-coffee drinks, as well as smoothies, etc. And we have the normal, beverages that you may have. We do a lot of creative, so it's not just coffee we have there. We have sandwiches, we have desserts, and other items that you can find in most coffee shops. People go into a coffee shop and think it's just coffee.
Right.
No, you can have lunch at Crazy Mocha also.
Well, even you talk about a gathering spot. But coffee shop, oh, we only have a minute left. Coffee shops are now kind of a place where you go, you take the laptop, you do some work, and yeah.
Definitely, and because of that, people meet there, they gather there, and you can get a lot of work done because of the Wi-Fi is normally free. Yeah, and so we have a lot of regulars come in, and college students, business people come in and actually
just hang out.
Hang out.
Well, we're glad you're in the Hill.
Well, I'm glad I'm in the Hill.
And I'm glad you're here today on the Lynne
you,
Hayes-Freeland Show. Now, if you didn't know, now you know. When you ride past that Crazy Mocha on Center Avenue, stop in. In the meantime, I'm Lynne Hayes-Freeland. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, we're online, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. And, of course, this show is on the website at kdka.com. We'll see you next week.